Welcome to the Hollywood Scholar. I'm Jed Morgan. Season 1 of Superman and Lois blew fans out of the park with how surprised everyone was to see good, compelling stories with good, compelling characters. And with Season 2 releasing, a lot of people were worried that it would go down the same rabbit hole as other shows on the CW did in the past, such as Batwoman and Arrow and all the others, of getting very entrenched in the current political narrative of the day. And from what I personally heard, Season 2 isn't as good as Season 1, but hasn't really devolved into those same problems. But we do have this article here from CBR that breaks down the impact of Superman and Lois, and I don't trust CBR, so this may end up being a very negative video if it turns out that theirs is very positive. But let's see what their take on this whole situation ends up actually being. Superman and Lois reminds fans of the wonders of superheroes. Yes, it absolutely does, especially Season 1. I've only seen Season 1. I haven't seen Season 2 yet. But, yeah, Season 1 was absolutely just ignore all current day stuff and focusing on good storytelling, good characters, good motivations. It was great. I love Season 1. Superman and Lois shows that Superman is a hero, not just by fighting villains, but also through saving people in a spectacular fashion. Yeah, that's a big part of superhero stuff, is being a little grandiose, a little over the top sometimes, and that's good. Warning, this does contain spoilers for Superman and Lois Season 1 and 2, so be advised if you don't want to hear any of that. Superman and Lois portrays this title character saving people, sometimes that too many superhero stories leave out today. Yes, that is very common where stories don't include that anymore, so you wonder why they're actually heroes, so do like that they're doing that. Superman has a gallery of villains for him to fight, but what's most impressive about him are the incredible feats that he performs in situations where there is no battle. When he protects a group of people by doing something impossible, it can leave audiences awestruck, and Superman and Lois has included this in his version of the Man of Steel. The CW series follows the married Clark Kent and Lois Lane as they raise their twin sons. So yeah, it's just going to go into detail of really Season 1 and how the show started out. Yep. More stuff. Superman can see as boring because he can seemingly win any fight. A way to curtail that perception is by having him perform acts like saving the power plant. The power plant presented Superman with a scenario in which he had to think of a solution quickly and use his powers creatively. He couldn't just punch his way to victory. Instead, he came up with a solution that no one else could, because no one else can do what he can do. And that's actually a really good point, especially from CBR. Superman can be a complicated character, can easily be done incorrectly and to devastating consequences. But if you focus on the stuff besides him being all-powerful, you can create some good, compelling narrative storytelling, which they did in Season 1. And this example that they're talking about, the power plant, that was a very good way to show him his powers. Yeah, creative solutions is a good way to curtail that problem. I 100% agree with that paragraph. In Season 2, the show has continued to put Superman in those kinds of situations, even while setting up some classic villains for him to deal with. He does his best to assist in an earthquake affecting Smallville and rescues a sinking submarine. In both these instances, the scene is about Superman helping people. He's a figure that people can look up to, not just someone to fight crime and monsters. Yeah, that is actually a great thing that Superman and Lois did, at least in Season 1, was showing him as a hero figure, and not necessarily in violent scenarios. And yeah, I can agree with all this so far. Other superhero media has started to focus on superheroes having a huge destructive conflict among themselves or with supervillains. Yep. The Man of Steel is a great example of that. The movie, they're just like, oh, let's blow up Metropolis. Who the fuck cares? But this Superman would care, and that was great. That's great to see. There are not any incredible feats being pulled off with the same importance and spectacle. Instead, the story comes down to winning a fight that almost destroyed half a city. It's true. The stories of the DCEU and MCU properties have moved far away from the key points that made superheroes so inspiring in the first place. Wow. I haven't found anything that I disagree with yet. CBR is doing really good in this one. Superman and Lois understands what superheroes have been and still are, while branching out to tell other stories is not a bad thing. The core idea of what a superhero is trying to do and what they are fighting for isn't something that should be forgotten or glossed over. If done right, saving someone can be just as exciting and intense as having a climactic battle. Superman is the classic superhero archetype, so seeing the show embrace those types of stories reminds the audience how wondrous characters like Superman can be. That's like the first time I've 100% agreed with the CBR article. That was actually broken down pretty good, pretty correctly, and pretty in depthly. I have nothing in that article that I don't agree with. It is often nice to see the personal repercussions of living in a world like this, and seeing Superman save people on an individual level really helps you understand and relate to his character more, like his character a lot more, and show that it's not just about violence, as so much of the DC, especially DCEU, has been. It shows a complexity of story that I really appreciate and I really enjoy. So yeah, I've definitely got to check out season 2. I just haven't gotten around to watching it yet. I really have no idea why I haven't started yet. But from this article and what I've heard from other people, Superman and Lois season 2 may rival season 1 in quality, which is something that can't usually be said of modern Hollywood. Keeping a consistent quality standard is very rare, so we got to call it out when we see it and praise it. Anyway, that's all I have for today. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. Anon. If you like what I do here and want to see good, compelling stories that Hollywood will no longer give you, check out my book series, Odyssey of a Phoenix, a mythological epic about philosophy, morality, and modern-day mental illness issues. Books 1, Down in Flames, and Book 2, Apocalypse Then, currently on sale. Book 3, Kill the Dark, coming soon.